Welcome back to Beautiful Mind. Today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, and we're going to be going through the hourly chart today, but first we're going to just set up our square. Today is the 7th and the sun is at 14 degrees. The moon has moved now and is in the third quadrant of Libra. Right now we have a conjunction, or sorry, not a conjunction, a square between Venus, which is now at 27 degrees, and is making a square with Uranus. Venus now is at 10 degrees of Libra, right here. And at 1 degree and making an ingress right now is Mars on the opposite side of where it was when it was just about to make a top and a tumultuous bottom 6 months ago. So we're watching for that one. We talked about that. 19 degrees for Zeus or Jupiter. Saturn, Kronos, sitting here at 16. We have Uranus 27, and now we have Neptune, and Neptune is making its way back from the cusp and will be contacting Saturn later on in the new year. Pluto is moved backward and is at 28 degrees of Capricorn, and we have our north and south node at 7 degrees Aries and 7 degrees of Libra. We have a move down and it's continuing on. We have the ending of our cycle here where Mars was when we made a top January 11th. We already went through this. So a last little swing top before this tumultuous sit down here, and we move now to a lower top on the 22nd. It'll be a lower swing top. And when Mars was at 9 degrees here on the opposite side of the chart here, it started to make a move up and then a move down, and when it made it to 13 degrees, a big bottom. And we have that coming up with the moon returning again to Leo right here. Okay, that's September. Let's go now take a look at our hourly chart. Let's go chuck on a few 45-degree angles, and let's get some trajectory, because as we were talking, if we did not, we got up to 65, our target here, and now we are moving down and pushing. As I said to you, we would work on these movements to these areas of the chart, and we would be vibrating back to a lower low and finish off our cycle. And we still are not done. We can still yet pop down to 49 and 46, and none of that would surprise me. So let's go take a look at that on the chart. We're going to compress this so that you can see the tops. Okay, we've been talking about 45-degree angles and the fact that when we start to see an asset move down and then have a reaction and is unable to break above the underbelly of the last channel, it shows extreme weakness. Let's go now and put on some 45-degree angles, and let's go measure this market and get a trajectory for what we can see moving forward. Starting with this top here, we're going to cut it right through all these tops here. It says it's 31. We're going to adjust it. Now we're going to clone it a bunch of times so that now we have a bunch of our 45-degree angles set and ready to go. Let's start adding them and finding out where we can see some things happen. Compressing the chart now. We're now going to get our next trajectory. So we are now going to add 45-degree angles moving up now. We're going to use this one in a little while to measure and find our next spot. So let's go now talk about that in 1 second here while we add yet another angle. We're now going to go add a 45-degree angle on. So we'll clone a bunch more of these because we're going to do some work, and we're going to measure this market here because, you know, as we keep moving up underneath these underbellies, if we keep showing this weakness that we've discussed many times over, you know, it proves to us that, you know, weakness or strength is there or not. Okay, so we've got our 45-degree angles on now, and this is our main angle right now. Okay, so, and we're going to highlight this one because this is the most active angle right now, and we're going to just make it a different color so that we know what we're talking about. So a crossing here. So the asset here from this move down on our moon top here, move down into our, right, when our moon made a low in the area of the chart of Leo. And we did not come up and challenge this top. So that showed immense weakness. And where we cross two angles here, and we could further push that up to this, it would just state that that angle cuts right through here. So the change came here. And the fact that we were unable to break above this area here, and we were talking about this, right? This 60, right? If we didn't get back up above this, then we would be looking for a further move down, right? And that's precisely what occurred. And now, when we made bottom again, we were unable to get above now, right? Failing to get above that indicated great weakness, and we came up and we struck the 45-degree angle. A crossing of these two angles occurred here. We could move this angle here, and it would have crossed right here. Matter of fact, if we do that, you will see that where it is, the asset made a change here. Right here. Failing to get above this top here indicated weakness, and we would be moving down to the next area of this chart where resistance could be expected on the square. Where would that be? Well, we would be starting to see this move down here into this area. And failing to break above 58 and 59 here indicated great weakness, striking our 45-degree angle. We drew another 45-degree angle. We came up into the belly here and challenged it, struck our angle, and therefore we had a great amount of weakness. If we put on a 67-degree angle, it cuts directly through here. Let's go do that, and we'll look at some other 67-degree angles where we can point out that failing to stay above these angles indicates a weakness, and we can see a crossing. Let's just take it over here, and let's just go take a look at our first one. All right, failing to stay above this. There's our active angle crossing, right? It's totally in line. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and let's just make a few more, right? I mean, this is how we discover and find areas where we can expect weakness or strength to appear, or disappear for that matter. Okay, so again, looking at our 45-degree angle here, we're just going to move this one back out to here to this one. Moving up on our 67-degree angle, or 1 times 2 angle. Failing to stay above it, it crosses, that's right, our main trend angle, a 45-degree angle, and move down. And here we are crossing yet again. So from this area in the chart here where we were talking about this 60,058, this area right here, right? Opposite is 46 here, guys. And right now the next move down would be 53 from this area. Okay? So I've already populated a 45-degree angle here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put a 67-degree angle on there as well, or a 1 times 2. And we're going to continue on and talk about this. Failing to get above 57, 58 here. Our 45-degree angle is crossing here, another 45-degree angle coming down from our main top, indicating great weakness if we cannot get above the underbelly of this. Striking the top of this and suffering a reaction showed great weakness, and we moved directly down like a hot burning spear. As I've told you before, we would be experiencing these wide swings. Sure enough, we're back to working on this level and area. From here, if we show any weakness underneath this underbelly right here where these two cross, and this is our next perceived top here, is this 55 and 56 in right here, and if we don't get above this, then it's down, and the next one would be 49, and then we'd be working on 46 and possibly down to 43 here. Let's continue on and see what we could see. Taking this 45-degree angle, we know it's active now. We're going to place it down further into our square. Where are we looking at now? Well, at 45-degree angles here, we're stating that we can move down and square out this old bottom right here at 49. And it's 180 degrees from our old tops here at 65. So looking at this now, we know that the end of the month we have a moon return, and if we push this down and extend it, we'll get an idea of where we can maybe see. And I still think that we're going to put a 45-degree angle on from somewhere here. And I'm going to do that right now, and we're going to find the next move down as well. And we're going to couple it with our square of 9 and our prognosis. I think we're going to come up and re-challenge this area, and we're going to get a reaction. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to do that. I think that our reaction comes around this 10th, 11th, somewhere around there we get this rollover. So let's go ahead and let's just extend this, making sure that it's within the same angular descent as our other angle. Let's just go ahead and extend it now. And then we're going to drop on a couple of angles here, or sorry, some levels in our chart that are equal to our square of 9. Sorry, I've got to compress that a little bit. I don't think I need to do it quite that much. That seems fine there. We're now going to go put our levels on our square of 9, and we're going to find where we need to worry about the next turnaround. So looking at that, we already have 49 here. All right, so this is 1. So we'll just go ahead and put 1 there. We'll just go ahead and we're going to copy another one. Oh, sorry, I probably put that there and you couldn't see it. So one sec while we... I keep forgetting the square is in the way. So we've added it to this, right? This swing bottom here on our moon bottom at 48, right? When the moon was in Leo, exactly opposite. That's right. So our next level down would be 46 and 43. So let's just go ahead, and we're not to forget that we could come back to this 38 and 40. I don't feel we will, but it's possible. We could likely make a retest and a revisit. You know, I'm a bad news bears at the best of times, so at any time that could happen. Which is why my stop is still sitting just under 34,000. Because I'm staying in this market, and I want you to as well. So let's go ahead and let's just go put on a couple more. Our next one is going to be at what, 46? Okay, let's just put that on there at 46. That looks pretty good there. Let's just go copy another one now. And we're going to take this one and we're going to bring it down to our 43. I'll just bring it down a little bit there. Okay, so now we're going to go and we're going to move this over and we're going to take a little look now at the future. Careful not to cover the chart with the square. Our trajectories here state that our main 45-degree angle, which is therefore active, is indicating that it's possible the end of this month, on the 28th and 29th, we could be revisiting this area or quadrant of the square. And once we have done so and held this area, we're going to have one. This is where the cycle changes, right? This is not only is this 180 days from our top, but this is starting the 5th month, and we always in the 5th month start having a move up that's rapid and goes up to our all-time high and challenges it. So very, 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 very soon here, we are going to have a one heck of a turnaround. And if we stay below this underbelly, then this angle and this angle will be active. So, and I'm expecting a lower top. Let's go talk about that for a minute. So on the 22nd and 23rd, when the moon is in the opposite side of the chart and is here in Taurus, we typically have swing tops or a lower top. Doesn't always have to be the highest top, but as we've been stating in the last 13 and 14 months, that's what's happened. So that will be probably an area where we could see a bounce up and a headbutt and then a move back down 90 degrees and ending off this cycle, and then a fast move will ensue. And we're just repeating these moves until the end of this cycle ends, and that's 1 year from our September 11th bottom. And our extreme bottom and fast move up from a higher low, that mid-October where I told you to buy last year, which is where I'm still a holder. So we're getting really close, and we still have another few rounds of volatility here before we settle down. I was expecting that this nonsense was going to wrap up, but showing that this moon on the 22nd here got to be a lower top, yeah, it indicated and signaled that we would be experiencing more downward pressure. And that's precisely what's been going on. So all of you guys that are swing trading, watch out. We're going to have some more wild swings and a move down and then a bounce up around our 23rd. If we get underneath this, right here and have a reaction, it's right down to here. And not to forget, okay, not to forget, we have 38 here, guys. That's the square of our base on January 23rd. So we could make it down to there. It doesn't mean we have to, but looking at this right now, you know, to be logical, we know that a downward and sideways accumulation and distribution channel is still working out, and we still need to cross 180 days and make it into this 5th month here and make our moon bottom here, and then I think would be a big change. This is where it's all going to happen. This has been wearing you guys out, so just stay vigilant, guys. It's almost here. It's around the corner. So peace and love.